Well, that kid is actually who was in the Sam costume. So all the scenes you see, except for when they had a stunt actor who was also a child, which I don't know how that works with any kind of
they're like,
IOC.
this is a child, but he's disposable. If he gets hurt, it's okay.
It's a child, but he's scrappy. He's
scrappy.
He's got ADHD.
Yeah.
Now I will say,
Look, he's already been hit on the head a few times. It's fine.
I will say there are a lot of the actual physical stuff where it looks like somebody is hurt, or where he's like, flying across the ceiling, any kind of stuff that clearly looks a little bit more CG animated style stuff is that. So the majority of the time there wasn't an 8-year-old in danger, but some of the time there was.
This kid can't get hurt. He's our lead role. Now this kid you could throw against the fucking wall. We don't give a shit.
Man getting bit by an alligator is strange.
Swallow this.
Welcome back to Reasonably Afraid. It's our Halloween episode, baby.
Yeah, baby.
We're back. If you've been with us through all of spooky season, we appreciate you hanging with us. We started with Witches, where we covered The Craft. And what was our other witch movie?
The Witch.
The Witch.
The Witch.
And then that was week 1. Week 2, we did Werewolves. American Werewolf in London.
That was good.
And man, why do I keep forgetting the second movie of everything? The Howling. And then last week, what did we do last week? We did Vampires. Yeah.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer in From Dusk Till Dawn.
Yeah. So it's been awesome. We've had a lot of fun with you guys. If you've been hanging out watching, we appreciate you. If you didn't, that's fine. This is Departure. We wanted to make sure that we did just the classic Halloween villains, So we did witches, werewolves, and vampires. So it's been a lot of fun. We're going to be covering All Hallows Eve today from, when was that, 2013?
Yeah.
And then we'll also be talking about Trick or Treat from 2007.
Trick or Treat is a superior movie, by the way.
100%.
Like way fucking better. All Hallows Eve looks like it's shot on a GoPro. Like it's
comparatively speaking.
Yeah.
Now to be fair, it's comparing these two movies is very unfair. Like one of them is a collection of short films that a producer that helped distribute, and the other one was a Hollywood produced a horror film. So yeah.
Far better movie.
Oh, I got my co-host with me as always. I should introduce. We got Ray Reyes.
Yo.
And we got Sean Dolan.
Hello.
As you can see, I'm a shark. I'm Jaws. Or whichever, honestly.
Bruce.
Whichever. Yeah, I'm Bruce.
Who's Bruce?
Nope. I just thought about it.
Bruce is the name of the shark in Jaws.
Yeah, Bruce is a black comic.
Yeah, Bruce is.
No, Bruce is the name of the shark in Jaws. Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So Ray, what are you going as today?
I thought you were the shark from like the Super Bowl that one time, right? And then they have that. Remember that shark that was?
The baby shark.
Yeah. No. The baby shark was not in the Super Bowl.
Are you baby shark?
No, the one from like Katy Perry. It was
Ooh, I know that.
Oh, yeah.
I'm the baby shark from Jaws 3 that we covered.
There we go.
How about that?
Okay.
Oh, we should have done from movies we
Florida,
covered.
yeah.
Okay, next time we'll do movies we covered.
Yeah, next time we'll do movies we covered. That
Anyway,
would have been smarter.
So you're from
Us.
You're from Us.
Yeah, I'm a tethered. I'm the tethered version of Ray.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna take his I'm not gonna take his place in his life because he's far too down the drain in debt. It's I don't want to be him.
Is my mic? My mic's not popping at all.
No, it is.
No, that's Sean. Mine's not picking up.
Yes, it is.
Literally.
You're in the Scarlet.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I switched it over.
Yeah.
Oops.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway,
2 minutes in, gotta edit that out.
That is ridiculous.
I gotta do my job.
Okay. Sorry.
Oh, that's a defense mechanism.
You're right. Yeah. Yeah.
He starts talking like a baby.
Real mature.
You know what? I'm gonna own up to it. That was my fault.
Yeah.
And I thank you both.
Fucking in Baby Shark for 5 minutes and is immature now.
I retract the apology now because you kept going.
That's not how apologies work.
Sean, who are you today?
I'm the Unabomber.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You said today.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for the
yeah.
Halloween episode,
Yeah,
not
yeah.
in his life. They caught the Unabomber, I think, didn't they? Finally, yeah. Ted
There's
Kaczynski.
something you
Yeah.
should know about me. I hope you liked my book. Yeah, I'm an author.
It's mainly a collection of my thoughts and feelings about society.
I really got to thank Ted Kaczynski for making me realize I was turning into him at one point. I was just walking around being like, society's bad. And then I was like, oh, maybe I should reel it in a little. This guy's nuts.
God, wait, I wonder if that was his intention. He's like, no, people need to know that this isn't healthy.
Yeah.
That's why I'm releasing this.
I'm always like, I wish I lived in a shack in the woods. And then I find out he did that.
Yeah.
I'm like,
Well, there's a whole lot of acid between you and him, though. So
Yeah. Let me come out and say,
Acid.
as the Unabomber,
Yeah.
I'm not a good role model. Look to someone else, guys.
Okay. So let's jump into the episode. We're going to cover All Hallows Eve by Damien Leone. This was his first feature film. He directed all the segments in the film as well as the piece that weaves these 3 short films together. Before we deep dive into that, though, I'll let Ray go ahead and give the synopsis in case you need a little refresher. I'm assuming you've seen this movie. If you haven't seen the movies we're talking about,
yeah.
spoiler alert.
Spoiler alert, bitch.
Obviously.
Yeah. It's simple. Very simple movie. Some ladies babysitting 2 kids for Halloween. One kid is going through his candy. They find a VHS tape that some creep decided to put inside of a kid's. Also, how did he not know that? Okay, well, we'll get to that.
Get there.
So the kid's like, let's watch it. And then she's like, no. Turns out it's 3 horror movies that are shot equally as bad. And
Actually, different levels of bad, actually.
Yeah, different levels of bad.
Because they're shot at different times in digital film.
Yeah. It's like 3 or 4 cameras that are completely inconsistent. It's wild. But no, it's just an anthology, and then shit just gets a little nuts and a little too close to comfort for her. And, by the end of the movie, everyone dies.
Oh.
Honestly.
Yeah,
That's exactly what happened.
They always, it's like the same movie 3 times.
Yeah, it's the
It
same
feels
movie.
like it feels like the same
movie over and over, different ways.
Well, there's always like a moment, right, where you feel like
Yeah.
they did it, and then they die.
And then they died.
Do you guys mind if I tuck this jaw in? It's getting a little annoying. Is that
Go
cool?
ahead, do
you
whatever
gotta do
you
what you
want.
gotta do.
Okay,
Yeah.
I'm just gonna.
I mean, you lack professionalism.
Yeah.
Well, it just keeps rubbing up against the.
Okay, well, no, it's your choice.
All right. Well, the reason this film looks like 4 different movies someone strung together is because that's exactly what it is.
Yep.
There was a producer who was looking for an anthology series, and this was actually getting to be a popular thing, especially in the mid 2000s.
Yeah.
There was the Masters of Horror collection that someone put out, which is a little more streamlined and focused, where they just went to different directors and said, hey, will you do like a short film, a long form short film, or like a movie? And then that expanded into a series called Masters of Horror. But once people realized that with digital film, you were able to get these films collected much cheaper, but also that there was tons of people trying to break into the industry. And as a producer, I'm not saying this is scummy by any means, because these producers also were trying to break into their own professional grade thing as well. Yeah. This is like the producer version of like what all the short film guys were doing. Yeah. So basically there was a producer, and he was looking to, his name's Jesse Baguette. He was looking to don't. As soon as I said it, we should just give Sean a list.
Funny, dude. He's named after bread. What the fuck?
That's so funny because we have so many names on these on the next like 3 movies. It's all stuff that Sean's. There's no way Sean's gonna not be able to talk about
Dude,
it.
sometimes I'm like, I hate that I find these things so funny.
Yeah, that was pretty good though.
Jesse Baguette.
Yeah.
What the fuck? Is he French?
I mean, you'd hope so.
He works really closely with Larry Loaf.
the man who invented loafers.
You went to shoes when we were on bread?
Yeah.
I don't know.
I like it. Little twist.
Dude, Jesse Baguette. Shout out Jesse Baguette.
Yeah.
Shout out.
He's still trucking along, just finding whatever horror movies that somebody already made and helping push them out.
Yeah.
But no, he has moved into actual producing instead of just collecting.
No,
Yeah,
good. Because honestly, growing up, my family would always have him with spaghetti.
Yeah, Jesse Baguette. He's keeping himself warm so he doesn't stiffen up.
Yeah. Yeah, he hasn't gotten stale yet.
Oh, anyway.
Good for him.
He's still fresh in the industry.
Nice.
So he was scouring the internet. You know, back in the day, YouTube didn't have the only parameters on YouTube back in the day were like genuine acts of real violence. Well, go ahead.
I'm so sorry, but hold on.
What?
He
What
was
is
the
it?
producer.
Yeah.
Yes.
He literally brought the bread for the movie.
Yeah.
You're shitting me. You've got it. Jesse Baguette, you crazy son of a bitch.
crazy.
That is great. That's so great. He literally was the bread behind the movie.
That's what I do. I'm Jesse Baguette. I bring the dough.
Yeah, boy.
Well, you're gonna like this. He actually owned a bakery as well.
Wow. Okay, that's a
I
little
made that
on the
up.
nose.
I fucking made that
okay,
up.
well,
Fuck you.
He should own the fucking bakery. He should own a
Okay,
bakery.
we got to move off this guy's last name. There's so much shit to get through.
Nah, you're right.
Jesus
right.
fucking
All right,
Christ. All right, so Jesse Baguette. It's so funny how much he enjoys it. Just so you guys know, this is genuine. Like, this is not Sean. Sean would be doing this if we just told him this in the living room that wasn't made up to be a podcast studio.
We just got lucky enough
You
to get
should
on
have told
camera.
me this beforehand. I would have reeled it in. I would have prepped myself.
Oh,
that's
man.
great.
Okay, so anyway, so while scouring the internet for short films to collect in an anthology, basically a way to find a bunch of stuff that you can piece together without having to pay to have it shot because someone already did, which is a very smart idea. He was going to YouTube and the producer of All Hallows Eve was scouring the internet. And back in the day on YouTube, as long as you didn't copyright infringe or show someone like actual real life violence, and even that a lot of times they wouldn't catch.
I've seen some real life violence on YouTube.
Yeah. But the biggest thing was like, as long as you don't have like Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper playing in the background, you can basically murder someone on the internet.
Yeah.
Back in the day. Here's how that's two of the movies from All Hallows Eve were just on YouTube.
Oh, really?
And you could watch them anytime. They weren't, there was no getting flagged, none of that stuff. So that whole third film where Art the Clown's just sawing that dude's head off, that was just out. Anybody could get to it. There was no issue.
Yeah, that was Circle 9, right? Was that where that one came from?
That's the first one.
That's the first one?
The Terrifier, the short film, is the final third. So three of these films.
Which one was the one that wasn't? The alien one?
The alien one, and the babysitter scenes that string the whole thing together. That was the only thing that was shot for All Hallows Eve.
What was the third one?
So the way the film works is this producer was looking for short films, right?
Yeah.
The original Circle 9, the original or Ninth Circle, the original short film. He actually shot it in 2006 and shopped it around to festivals and stuff, but it wasn't officially. The official date is 2008, but it was actually created in 2006. But the official date, if you look anywhere, is 2008 because that's when there was actual attempts to make something happen with this film or with the original short film. The Terrifier from 2011 short film is the one that the producer found. And that is the third film. So in All Hallows Eve, it opens on the babysitter with the kids, right?
Right.
They shot all that all together, and that's was shot for this film. Jesus Christ. Is this going to pick up?
No, I don't think so.
So they shot all of that. They put in The Ninth Circle,
Yeah.
which is his original short film, 2008.
That was the one where like the Art the Clown like stabs a girl with a needle.
Right, where Art the Clown's at the train station and everything, right? And then the middle one is the alien one, and that one is the only part of what's on the VHS tape the kid finds. That was the only one that was actually shot for All Hallows Eve.
Yeah.
That one was fucking awful.
Yeah, it was real bad. I mean, it's not bad. It's just not. It doesn't. The vibe
The
doesn't
alien
fit.
one?
Because it's supposed to be like an anthology that you're like watching these different things, but it's not just that it doesn't fit. It's just vibe wise, the way it's shot, the way it looks. Like, it's not bad at all as a standalone.
Yeah, the actor's so bad.
Yeah, it was cool
He's
that
just-
they were able to get Kamala Harris. There she was.
Yeah, yeah.
But Madam President, by the time this comes, I'm kidding. Hopefully that's whatever.
Wait,
Yeah,
when
we
is it
can
coming
hope.
out?
No, it'll be a Halloween. So I was just fucking
Yeah.
around that.
Yeah, I was like, what the fuck?
Yeah, never mind. Anyway, so the alien one is the second one. They actually shot that for All Hallows Eve along with the babysitter sequence. And then the final film is actually just the 2011 short film Terrifier. And that is what rounds out the VHS tape.
Yeah.
So when this producer went and was looking for all these, he found the Terrifier short film, and he said to Damon Leone, he's like, hey, I'm looking for 3 or 4 films to put together an anthology series. I think this would fit great for it. It's it's brutal. Like there's a lot of people who try to make stuff like this that don't make it with the quality that he was making it, because he did all his own effects. Damon Leone actually started in effects and then worked his way to directing. And that's pretty rare for a lot of people in filmmaking, except for like somebody like Tom Savini, who they're just like, you're an icon. You want to make a movie? Here's some money. But this guy, he basically created that short film. This other guy found it. And then what he did was he said, hey, man, I also have this other movie, involves the same character, but it's a different thing. And you really only need one more. Why don't you give me a little money? Let me shoot that. And then we'll shoot the babysitting thing. We'll shoot a sequence to tie it all together. And that way you don't have to go find some other people. And basically just talk the dude out of what he was going to do, which is like have 3 different directors. And I mean, it's a sick move. It's really smart.
Yeah.
It's a power move.
Yeah,
That's a power move.
And he did help himself by already having this other film. I mean, he was just like, the only money you got to spend is to tie it all together, and then I shoot one more thing. And so not too bad.
Wow.
Pretty good. Pretty good.
What a Sigma. That's like, you didn't need other people. You didn't want those other directors, holding them back.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
They take it from me, the Unabomber.
I like that you're really fucking committing to the character right now.
Thank you. I feel like him, honestly.
Yeah, I was a little disappointed we didn't get the Irish nun, but you're making up for it now.
I fucking hated putting on that veil. It just pissed me off, dude. I don't know. Hi, nuns. Honestly, shout out to any nuns listening in. You guys know your job isn't easy. The wardrobe is exhausting.
Yeah. What I liked about that fucking what was it, the alien guy? Like, it was just, this was all he was like doing the whole time. I feel it. I don't know if he was prepped for this at all. Like, they were just like, go in there and just be scary, and he's just like, is scary enough? That's scary enough? They're like, yeah, that's good. That's fine.
Like,
My arms are made of jello.
And Damon Leone's like he's just trying to get Art the Clown to be like his own. He's just trying to get Terrifier made. So he was just in there shooting that second thing. Like, yeah, it's great.
Yeah, that's great.
Whatever.
That's fine.
Sure, and wave your arms.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there are people that are afraid of Squidward. Go ahead.
He's like not even looking at the screen. He's like, oh yeah, no, it's fucking scary. That was really good shit.
Yeah, he's just on his phone. Yeah, originally it was going to be a puppet, which I think would have actually been scarier.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that would have been
It
scary.
doesn't sound scary at all, but yeah, it would have been scarier.
I don't know if maybe he was like worried that would be too Chucky like or something possibly, but
people on set were like, "Do you do interpretive dance?" He's like, "How'd you know?"
Yeah, watch this.
It's like, oh, that's actually my whole thing. Actually, that's all I do.
Yeah, this is actually just a side gig. Real passion's interpretive dance.
Well, it's like that's the only way to be able to communicate with a human as an alien.
It's gonna be through dance.
He was like, I'm gonna kill you. I'm not a friend.
And all his like alien friends are off the side going, oh
shit, dude.
No, he's calling her out. Kamala, watch out.
Well, that actor's
He's like, I'm Kamala up in your hairs.
That was the way she could have survived it if she would have just like started breakdancing back at him. He would like, oh shit, I'm out.
Dude, she's speaking my language.
Oh, maybe that's why he was so aggressive, is because she was like scared, flailing her arms, and he's like, "Oh, that's an aggressive posture."
Yeah.
to him,
That's an aggressive posture.
Yeah, he's like, "I just wound up in this house on accident. I didn't mean to be here, but now that you're getting aggressive with me, you know,
Yeah, you're cussing me out."
He's like, "I'm lost," and she's like, "Fuck you." All right, so obviously Art the Clown has done the job that Damien Leone wanted to happen. So because Terrifier, the feature he got to make after this, and then of course Terrifier 2 and 3, the third one just came out.
So much fucking money.
Yeah, dude.
It's insane.
Yeah, horror's back, baby.
Yeah,
and not just the new cinematic. I'm happy that it exists with like
the
Hereditary and I'm
Wheech.
Yeah. I'm very happy that like we have these new cool directors making this like classic looking stuff, and it's great. But we really were lacking like good splatter, like fucking exploitation style wild shit, man. Yeah, we wanted some good wild shit, and we got it now.
The Substance is really good.
Substances, yeah.
Very much that splatter punk shit. If you like splatter punk.
So
I don't even know that. Yeah,
this is like splatter. Yeah, this also like because it's splatterpunk is just like its subgenre of like just over the top gory or just gross.
Can I correct myself on something real quick?
Yeah.
When I said it's been lacking, I don't mean in terms of in the horror world, but I mean in terms of like the public eye.
Oh yeah. There hasn't been a lot of it hasn't been popular for a while.
Right. So it's cool to see something back, even if there's like some of the Terrifier stuff. It's a lot for me, and I love horror. Yeah. But I'm glad it exists. I would rather it be there than not.
Right.
So anyway, let's cover some of the stuff in the film. There's actually sequels to All Hallows Eve, all from our good buddy Jesse Beckett.
Oh,
yeah, I know. I knew you wanted the best for him.
No, I'm done. I'm done making. I'm really glad he's still doing his thing, man.
Yeah,
That's
he's still
fucking
fresh.
cool, man.
There's a 2, 3, and a 4.
What?
There's a 2, 3, and a 4.
Really?
Yeah. All I believe they're all anthology style, but they're all produced by him, and none of them have Art the Clown because obviously he's off on his own journey.
Yeah.
Really ruining people's lives.
Well, who they haven't said Fart the Frown? I honestly have been wanting to say that every time I hear his name. And I'm like,
he's like mad at the director. He's like, hey, fuck you. We have Fart the Frown.
Yeah. Something smells in here.
Well, if you're saying to yourself that there's, do you need to get anything else? You're good.
Honestly, dude, I shouldn't even said that.
Well, if you're saying to yourself, Art the Clown has a distinctly different look in both of these short films at the beginning and end.
And he looks more like
where he's headed. Yeah. So the first one, was shot in 2006, got popularized in 2008. And then 2011 is when the Terrifier short film came out, where he's really got almost every single pieces together.
Yeah.
So the original guy that the feature films of Terrifier all have the same actor, but the actor that plays Art the Clown in the short films is just a friend of his that he knew would be able to handle, the putting on the makeup and dealing with the prosthetics, and like he'd be able to act out the clown. But he's not necessarily like an actor. He's done some stuff, but he didn't come from the acting world at all. He's written and directed some short films. He has a minor role in an episode of Luke Cage where he plays like a camera op.
Oh, okay.
Oh yeah, I remember. Hey, no, that was a good performance. I remember watching that episode. I was like, "Well, who's the camera?"
Sean's never saw Luke Cage,
not
but
his life,
he happened to stumble across that episode specifically.
Yeah, I'm just big into that one scene.
Yeah. Well, obviously David Howard Thornton is the guy that's taken over and is like pretty popular now.
Oh, obviously. Yeah.
Michael, I don't know if it's Camille or Schmiel or whatever. It's Chmiel. I don't know how you pronounce that, but the guy did a good job for not being an actor. I mean,
That's not bad.
it.
I mean, that's to sell being a creepy clown. People, I'm sure, would think that it's easy to just like just as long as you got the makeup on. But like, he does a pretty good job.
I liked it, honestly. That was the best of the three for sure. I thought. I mean,
Well, and even though he wasn't necessarily like in any of the feature film stuff, David Howard Thornton actually said, I'm going to still utilize some of the stuff that he created with the character. So all that stuff that he just kind of improvised doing during like those different segments in All Hallows Eve, David Howard Thornton actually like took it and like the whole like point and laugh and all that. Like now, obviously David Howard Thornton is a better clown because he's actually clown trained. He's mime and clown trained.
He's a professional mime.
He's a professional mime and clown.
Yeah.
So kind of tough to beat that, but you know, the guy did a pretty good job.
Did a pretty good job. Give it up. Yeah. I like anytime Art the Clown whips a pistol out. That's like the funniest fucking thing. It's
I caught me off guard.
Yeah, when he was like driving and then all of a sudden he just whips a pistol, shoots the guy in the head. I was like, Jesus Christ.
Fuck, dude, that's cheating.
Sean, if you, I know this one is a little sillier, and we've kind of talked about it enough. But is there a part that you really enjoyed that really spoke to you in All Hallows Eve? A part that made you go like, or maybe something that you yourself would have been like, oh, you know what, I could see myself making those choices as a filmmaker,
or
as a character, honestly.
I thought that's what you were asking at first.
Sure, you can pick that.
No, I mean, no, I did like the character of the clown and everything. The car sequence was really great. I know we just were talking about that, but like honestly, like that really did catch me off guard because he was just getting down and dirty the whole time and everything.
Yeah.
The gas station attendant, he seemed like a cool guy. But then I felt bad when he died. That happened a lot in the Terrifiers. I don't want to get into that, but like every time I was like, man, this is a cool person.
Yeah.
Then they died. And it was like, you can't get attached to anyone anymore, man.
Oh yeah, we'll be covering Terrifier on a Patreon episode, so it's already out. So check that out.
Yeah,
but yeah, go ahead. Yeah.
No, I mean honestly, I'm trying to think. In the second one, honestly, was a bit of a blur for me. Like that bloody guy that came up in the subway, like that one. Honestly, I don't really remember it much. I just felt like the same thing happened in each of the movies, you know?
Yeah.
Like, because like, right, wasn't that the whole thing where it feels like, oh, then the person's about to escape and then they come back and they get him.
Yeah.
Yeah. Three short films shot by the same guy trying to get Art the Clown famous.
It was like same, it's the same movie in different fonts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Go ahead. Yeah.
No, I was just gonna say, it was like, hey, listen, it wasn't bad.
Yeah.
It was fine.
So this is the part that does kind of suck for Damon, or not for Damon Leone, but for the film, is that if he hadn't been able to talk that producer into, because I assume he took a smaller pay cut, or he took a pay cut for using everything. As opposed to like how much that producer would have had to pay everybody for each of their films that were already shot. So it was a smart move for him in the long run for Damien Leone, but it probably the film probably suffered a little bit in terms of like if you actually had three different directors with three different movies. Yeah. But you know, it got us Terrifier, so it's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Is there a part for you that you felt like was? I mean, I know we all love the gun part.
Yeah,
I'll say mine real quick.
Yeah, go ahead.
Mine is for sure their kind of twist. We'll call it a twist instead of a borrowing of the ring, but I love that part where he like puts his hand bro, when he puts his hand on the glass, that shit is sick.
I forgot about that.
That was pretty cool.
And it's shot really well for like no money. I mean, he really, like, you feel like there's this clown on the other side of that glass. And then, the terrifying aspect of like, you can see him in the video behind you, but he's not there yet in real life.
Oh, yeah,
Dude,
that was pretty cool.
that's
Wait,
sick.
respect that one camera op from Luke Cage again. That guy, that sequence, he really mimed that.
Yeah.
He could have gone pro.
He could have gone pro. Yeah,
Could've gone pro.
he chose to retire the character. He was just like Damien Leone actually asked him, do you want to come back and do this?
I heard you didn't like putting on the makeup.
Yeah, yeah. Well, because by the time it had evolved into Terrifier the short film, the makeup, because in the first one it's literally just makeup, and then in the second one he's got prosthetic stuff on his face. And he's got the little hat and everything, which is actually David Howard Thornton says the most annoying part is just trying to keep the stupid hat on. He's like, the fucking string keeps breaking. Like, he's like, it's super. I'm sure they worked out, better string in the later movies once they moved into bigger budget. But yeah, so that for me, the TV glass thing was just so cool. I love the way they did that.
That was cool.
Did you have another part? Or is yours the
Vaping
gun
devil.
thing? Was that?
Then when the devil was vaping. That was the funniest thing. Like, just all he takes off his robe, and then all of a sudden, just a puff of smoke, and it's just like, why is he vaping?
If you promise to go through and put the edit in, do you want to say the line?
Oh no, I don't know.
Oh, it's so funny. We'll say it on the Patreon episode.
Yeah, we can say it on the
just
Patreon
remind me to
episode.
reference it in Terrifier. I'm gonna write it. No, I'm not gonna write it. That's how you know we don't want to say it. It's not even. I don't
Yeah,
want to
well,
write it.
because if you've already watched the scene, you kind of know what the implications are there. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But I just find it funny that the devil vapes.
Yeah.
Like, that's why wouldn't he vape?
So when talking about this scene,
He's a cool guy.
he's so cool.
He's so cool, dude.
When talking about this in interviews, they asked him about this initial short film, not Terrifier, but The Night Circle. So when they talked to him about it, he basically said he was like the initial idea came from just this woman riding a bus alone, and the only other person on the bus is a clown. And he's just like creeping her out on purpose. And he was like, oh, that would make a good like scary sequence of him like just fucking with her. And then that started to evolve a little bit. And then by the time it came to shoot something, it's like, well, obviously it's going to be difficult to shoot on a bus without like renting out a bus or something, or having some kind of studio set up. And he's like, no money for that. And then, but he was able to, utilize that space of her waiting for a train was much easier to shoot. But the next sequence where like the devil comes in, but if you notice, there's like demons and witches and vampires. Like he just threw, he literally said, he's like, I threw everything. Like I just threw a bunch of shit against the wall to see what would stick.
Yeah.
And he's like, and then weirdly enough, nothing from that sequence anyone gave a shit about. He's like, everybody after that was like, that was pretty cool. What's up with that clown? So people just kept asking about it. And then that's when he was like, oh, this is clearly the thing. It's like his research. He was like, okay, good. Yeah.
He's like
SEO on the clown.
He's just writing material on stage. He's just,
Yeah.
he's like, let's see what jokes stick.
So but it is pretty cool. He said he wanted to create a clown villain because he felt like, especially going into like the 2010s before like, or like mid 2000s on in 2010s, there wasn't really a clown. They hadn't done those remakes of It, and there really hadn't been a scary clown like on screen in a long time.
Yeah. There wasn't. Yeah. I can't think of one.
And he put a great twist on it where it's like, it's obviously it's somewhat, excuse me. Obviously it's somewhat inspired by the clown from It.
Yeah.
But he did put like, he's like, I wanted to make sure it was very different. So it's like his own thing. He's, it's got hair. He's bald. It's very like colorful. He's black and white.
Yeah.
It talks. He's like strictly classic clown miming only. And he's like, and then his favorite part, he said, was just, making him real world where like, he's just got all these regular ass weapons. And when times get tough, he just pulls a gun on you. Which is such a funny idea.
That's my favorite thing about him. This is like, he's strapped, dog. Yeah. He's strapped.
Boy, what does It the clown use?
Oh, he's like a demon, or he's like an alien. So like he feeds on people's fears, so he turns into like their worst fears.
Alien demon.
There's a planet full of clowns.
He's not originally a clown.
The clown is just the initial child's fear is clowns.
Yeah.
The first kid. And so he's like utilizing that.
Right. Because it's like clowns can come off scary, so he becomes scary.
Yeah.
Got it. Mm-hmm. Thank you.
There is a circus tied into it, though, isn't there?
In the first one?
Yeah. There's like a circus
so.
because like Pennywise has like a circus or whatever. But yeah, it is like an entity that I think might have embodied a clown at first or something like that. I don't know. I gotta look to research it.
Yeah. Okay. Katie McGuire, who plays the Sarah the babysitter, she of course goes on to be in Terrifier as the news anchor or the interviewer, right? She's also got a part in 2. She actually is also, this is how you can tell a lot. Everybody in this cast and crew like fucking hustles. Like these are all people that were like trying to make it. Like these weren't just like, I mean, obviously there's some people like, you know, he brought in his friend Michael to play Art the Clown, but like most of the main actors, like these people are like going for it, man. She directed a series called Long Island Divas, which is like a satire of Real Housewives. It got picked up for a little while. It got like a season. You know, she's been in a bunch of shorts and indies and TV episodes. And she's really good, like as an actress. Like
She's good.
Yeah, like when you watch, you know, a lot of times when you watch these like indie short films, you feel the lack of reality because you can't afford actors a lot of times. But I think Damien Leone, I suspect he had some hookups. I feel like he knew people. Because there's a lot of pretty decent acting for people that probably were getting paid like $100 a day, if I recall. It would have been even less for this, because he said on Terrifier 1, he was paying like $100 a day. Dang. Yeah. I mean, that's less than extras. Extras make $100 a day minimum.
Okay, so so there is no Pennywise the clown. Like he doesn't exist, but the entity that is it turns into Pennywise because basically Stephen King was like he believes clowns are the scariest things in the world.
Yeah.
At least for children. So that's why Pennywise becomes a clown.
Another episode.
Or it becomes a clown. Yeah, that would be for another episode though.
We're gonna cover it though. We'll get
deeper into it.
We'll have to, that's gonna kill Sean.
Yeah.
It chapter 1 and 2 and the It TV movie, which is basically a part 1 and 2. It's gonna take up a whole month. This month we're only covering it so that Sean doesn't have an aneurysm.
Dude. And the only time it would be like, wait, what movie?
Well, you know what? We might wait until.
Oh yeah, I know. It's gonna be a pun the entire time.
I think
buckle up, motherfucker.
You better get ready. What it? Okay. The woman who you were calling Kamala Harris.
Yeah.
That is not Kamala Harris. I know you're shocked.
My bad.
Her name is Catherine A. Callahan. She played Caroline or Coraline. She's been in a lot of TV roles. She's been an extra for years, but she also helped out with the Long Island Divas satire thing, which is kind of cool. But she's been in the show Billions. She's been on the Jim Gaffigan show.
Okay.
Yeah, she's working.
Holy
man.
shit, she was on Billions. I always felt like, dude, that show. Imagine if they made like Trillions.
That could be
That'd
the sequel,
even bigger,
or the reboot, because you just have to adjust for inflation.
Yeah.
One of my favorite bits Sean does is get excited for a show that he's clearly never seen.
Holy fuck, dude. Okay, at first when they were first announcing, they were probably calling it Millions, and they're like, "What if we go even further?"
You're fucking crazy for this.
It would change that decimal.
Move that decimal over.
Well, it essentially would probably happen because of the joke from Austin Powers when he hasn't he's been Dr. Evil's been frozen, and then he goes like $1 million, and everybody laughs at him, and then they gotta be like, ask for $1 billion. He's like, $1 billion. There's some producer from like the 1930s are like, we'll make a show called Millions.
They had no concept of billions back then.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
But adjusted for inflation.
True. Trillions.
Yeah. Yeah. Most of this movie is put together through YouTube. The composer, Damien Leone, found a composer on YouTube and just asked him to do the music for the film. A lot of it's pretty cool that like this is one of those like early people starting their careers through just like self-made stuff.
That's dope.
Yeah.
Because that definitely becomes a trend, like, you know, later on, where it's just like, even like, you know, Talk to Me was probably the most recent one where it's just like, just guys on YouTube.
Yeah.
Guys on YouTube getting some funding and putting a movie together now.
Yeah.
It's dope.
And nowadays you can actually, it's harder to get more money, but if you can get it, they'll give you more.
Right.
So it's weird. It's like it's easier to self-make stuff and get it made back in the day. But as far as like quality stuff, now they'll actually like, if you got some numbers, people will be like, let them fucking make it. So anyway,
we're watching entertainment slowly become more independent. You hear that, Hollywood? Your fucking reign of terror is over.
Oh, don't worry. They're going to co-opt that too.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, get in there, everybody.
Get
you know?
there. Get it in there.
All right. I know we covered it, I think, best we can, but we're really excited to jump into Trick or Treat.
Yeah.
We've been doing part
This is like, way better film. Way
Trick or
better
Treat.
anthology.
Well, before we hop into it, I do want to say we've been doing part 1 and 2 for all the movies that we've done so far. But for our Halloween episode, we just got 2 anthologies together. Basically, you're covering, you know, a lot of like stories collected, and I felt like it's just easier to just do one straight episode for this.
Yep.
And then to make sure you guys get the Terrifier Patreon episode. So join the Patreon if you haven't already. Low is $3 a month. I think the free trial thing's still going on too, where you can try that out. So, what do you got going on there?
Putting on Trick or Treat.
Oh, okay, cool. So anyway, so that's our coverage of All Hallows Eve. We got there in 39 minutes. Not too bad.
That's not bad.
Nice.
There wasn't a lot to really touch on, to be honest.
Yeah, I mean, most of the information is going to be covered in the Patreon episode on
Call it a
Terrifier.
piece of shit. No.
Wait, can that be seen?
No.
No.
I've been very honestly.
You want to turn it off?
You want to turn it
A
off?
little
Oh,
bit.
yeah, turn it off.
A little
All right.
bit.
Yeah, we need Sean locked in.
I keep looking at it.
Sean's awake and we leave the TV on for him.
Dude, it's like in TikTok when I'm like looking at you and at the same time on the bottom half of the screen I see Subway Surfers.
Well, originally I was going to sit there so I can watch it while I talk about Trick or
Why'd you
Treat.
do that?
Well, because like I just forgot. Then we just ended up sitting in the same spots out of habit.
All right, let's keep going.
Yeah.
No, they
Do you
need
want
to
to
know
check
that.
stuff
They
in
need to
between,
know.
or are you feeling good?
No, I think we're good.
Okay,
I think
cool.
we're good.
All right.
Trick or treat.
Yeah, let's get to Trick or Treat. Oh, wait, before we get to Trick or Treat, though, we do got to cover.
Rotten Tomatoes.
Rotten
and
Tomatoes
Box
and Rotten
Office.
Tomatoes,
yeah.
So normally I would fuck with you guys a little bit if there wasn't something. I'm going to let you guys know ahead of time. There is no box office for this. It was released straight to video, and there is no information on how much money it made. There's sometimes you can find information on DVD sales and stuff. Cannot find it. I scoured the internet. There's places that had guesses, which I don't
Nice
think
try,
should
though,
count.
honestly.
Thanks. So we're going to give you both a point
Thank you.
for box office because it doesn't exist. So we're only doing budget now. How much do you guys think it costs to basically pay Damien Leone for his 2 movies he already made and then shoot the babysitter sequence and the alien sequence?
$48,000.
Okay.
$50.
Give him a real guess.
Okay.
Is it 48K?
Yeah.
I'm saying 48K.
All right.
I'm gonna go lower. I'm gonna go 25K.
Okay. Well, I'm so sorry to do this to you. It's 500K.
Okay.
500K.
Yeah. So
I had a feeling I was going to win this one.
So-
Why would you go lower? You should-
Because did you watch the fucking movie?
yeah, but I went 48K.
The most expensive thing they spent money on was the GoPros to shoot that shit.
So a lot of the expenses, presumably, I can't find anything specific about it, but a lot of the expenses went to the lump payment to Damien Leone. So when you think about it, not only was he paid for each of his short films to be a part of a feature, but he also got paid to direct a new piece of it and the entirety of it. So basically, he got paid for 2 short films and a feature. And then
Can
the other
you
part,
even spend $500,000 at a fucking Spirit Halloween?
So if Damien Leone did this, one of you would be right.
Yeah.
But Damon Leone didn't do this. He went to an actual production company, and that production company goes through unions, and unions require IATSE, which is the International Alliance of Theater and Scenic Employees. Yeah. And when you bring in IATSE, they have a dude on set who just makes sure nothing happens. There's a guy on every film and television set, unless you do a super low budget indie that's all non-union, there's a guy who just stands around and makes sure no one dies. And so his whole job is just to be there.
Yeah.
He doesn't even say anything. If you do something wrong, he just fucking writes it down. Like, he doesn't jump in like Superman and save the day.
Yeah.
So that alone is like $10,000 having to pay that guy.
Yeah. That's ridiculous.
That's on a low end. It depends on how long you shoot and everything. So
I mean, like, I get it though, because like we've talked about a lot of the awful shit that went on Hollywood sets.
Yeah.
So, but like, he should be able to do something about it, not just write it down.
Yeah, they do something about it if something goes. I mean, they write it down and they do something about it. But I mean, in the moment, he doesn't like step in and go, no, that's wrong. He just goes back to the union and goes, hey, they're mistreating their workers or something. So they
killed a snake on set.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I don't think they had an IATSE guy for that. But yeah, the average expense for something, if you were to put this on, and it maybe even is aired on Sci-Fi or something, but they'll usually cap out somewhere between $250,000 and $500K for low production budgets. They'll set aside that amount of money to make sure everything's done on the up and up, and then they'll air it on TV at some point and make their money back in advertising. Yeah. And then everything else is bonuses, DVD sales. So Sean wins that one with his 48K, baby.
Yeah, let's go. Okay. And I already know Bo for the Rotten Tomatoes.
Do you really?
No, I don't. I meant like just, I believe I do.
Oh,
okay.
Every now and then you accidentally glance and you're like, fuck.
Yeah.
That's the bad thing about fucking Peacock. They
I'll
put
be
it on
honest, I did just glance at it like a couple seconds ago.
I'll get it right. Let me go first.
Okay, go first.
Critics is 20% and audience is 34.
Okay. All right. Go ahead, Ray.
35% for audience score.
Okay. You know what? There is no critic score because there's only 2 reviews, and there's not enough. So you both get a point for critic.
No, what was critics? The 2 guys. Or girls.
They're just bad, but there's no official number because there's not enough to aggregate anything. And then audience, he looked. You got 34. It's close enough. You got 1 and 1.
Wait, why? What was it?
It's 35.
35.
Wait, what?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's 35%.
So that was fucking fire, actually.
Yeah,
that was actually really
you got 36% on Buffy, I think, right?
Yeah.
He nailed it on the head for that, so that was great.
Yeah, that was really close.
Damn.
So we're gonna have to go, and we're gonna have to give you the win.
I feel like I earned it, honestly.
All right, but that's only for round 1 with All Hallows Eve. You can still make a comeback on the Trick or Treat episode.
Yeah.
Which I feel like he's been getting really lucky lately, and I feel like you can really bring this home.
All right, I'm gonna look it up right now.
Wow, dude.
All right, let me tell you about
I'm gonna look it up.
Let me tell you about Trick or Treat.
Yeah. Okay. So our next movie is Trick or Treat. Michael Dougherty, rated R, 82 minutes long, from 2007.
It's a banger.
Yeah, it's a super fun movie. Before we hop into it, Sean's going to give you a little synopsis in case it's been a minute for you.
Let me tell you something. This movie flowed together so well. All right, that's
total opposite of the last one.
Yeah, the other one was connected by the babysitter. I can't talk, bro. The babysitter sequences.
Yeah,
and it felt very like, hey, here's one. Wait, here's one. Wait.
Wait, I got
the other
another
one was like, bro, you're just like fucking going with the camera. Yeah. You're like, oh, there's some people, not respecting Halloween, and then they get killed.
Yeah,
and then the camera's just like, over here, we got something else going on in this town. People aren't respecting Halloween again for a different reason. Watch this. And that's what the movie's really about. It's like, you gotta respect Halloween or you're gonna die.
Them's the rules.
Yeah,
we don't make them.
Them's
the rules.
I don't know who did. Maybe that one creature, the pumpkin creature thing that
His
came
name's
out.
Sam.
Yeah. He killed the girl at the beginning too, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's this little kid thing, pumpkin, alien. I don't know, man. Yeah, he was wearing a bag over his head at first. But he kills his first lady because she just wanted to take down her Halloween decorations the night of Halloween, which is like
Who does that?
that's a little. I mean,
Yeah,
it's like
the Christmas tree thing. You're supposed to leave it up till after New Year's. You know?
I mean, honestly, and even if you
tired.
don't like it, it's like, bro, why'd you put up all those decorations then? That's like, just relax. Aren't you tired? You know, you had a long day.
I don't know why the guy gets killed though. He was the one who was in the Halloween spirit.
Because he married her.
That's a good point.
Oh,
if you know somebody is doing some fuck shit,
You're
and then you
felicitating
marry,
that bullshit.
Yeah, he died. Wait, when did he die? He died.
yeah. Wait, yeah.
Did he? I thought he just saw her head and was like, "Damn,
I don't know.
that's my wife."
Yeah, I don't think he died.
Yeah,
Oh fuck. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, I think he just finds his wife dead.
yeah.
Yeah.
He found his wife dead, like
Yeah.
she deserves to be.
I was like, "What a load off my shoulders."
Yeah.
Now he can be with somebody who respects and enjoys Halloween,
Respects Halloween.
like a good person.
Yeah. So after that happens, this freaking principal guy, he back and like he leaves out the bowl. You can only take one treat, and this I hate to say it, but this fat kid. The movie makes that clear that he has diabetes. He comes in and he just starts stealing all the candy.
Can I just? We're just doing a general synopsis. We'll go through everything.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah,
General
you're good, you're good.
synopsis.
Yeah. I'm just glad you're excited though. It
Yeah,
seems like
no,
you-
I mean, it really flowed together. And listen, all
Yeah.
these people fucking after the fat kid, they're werewolves. There's fucking different. There's a lot of different things.
Vampires, werewolves.
vampires. This old story about a bus driver killing a bunch of handicapped kids. It's
got everything.
it's got,
Got
everything.
everything.
yeah.
And everyone really dies by the end of it.
Yeah. Yeah, this is
For the
true.
most part. Well, not
A lot of people die.
Sorry, not the ones that respect Halloween.
Yeah.
Like the werewolves.
Which I think is the
and
most
stuff.
important message.
Well, what about the kids in
Yeah.
the woods when they went to go like check out the bus?
Yeah, they all died.
Were they disrespecting
Except
Halloween?
for the girl, yeah. They made
Oh, the girl who
'cause-
understood the history.
yeah,
She
they
didn't
bullied
die.
the autistic girl and then they died.
That's true.
Let that be a lesson.
Yeah.
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 Not about you can bully autistic people as long as they don't respect Halloween.
Yeah.
If they do, you better be on their side.
Yeah.
I think that was the message, right?
Yeah, you can only bully autistic people if they disrespect Halloween.
Yeah, they just got to be on the right side of history.
But if they are like, hey, pumpkins used to be a way of warding off evil spirits.
Yeah.
Leave them alone.
Leave them alone. Let them be
They know what they're
autistic.
talking about. They know what they're talking about.
As you can see from the series I've been putting out, the Halloween history stuff, can't bully me.
Yeah. But if they start kicking pumpkins in because they don't like the texture, then fucking free game, dude.
Yeah.
I like the texture.
Yeah. Not all autistic people are good.
It's factual, man.
Yeah. Just because you're autistic doesn't mean you're automatically a good person.
Yeah.
All right, so let's jump into some facts about this. This is actually film was based on a 1996 animated series or animated short film actually called Season Greetings. It was made by Michael Dougherty. They had a couple different names that they were going to go with for this film before Trick or Treat, and Season Greetings was one of them. And then they were like, well, we should probably theme it a little more towards Halloween. Yeah. There's another film called Trick or Treat from 1986, and it's actually got a bunch of 80s rock people in it and stuff. And it's about this guy who's in a rock band that it's pretty wild.
Why'd you emphasize the or?
Because that's how it's spelled. This one's Trick or Treat. It's an R with a.
Oh, with just
Dash,
an or?
yeah.
Oh, I didn't know that. That says a lot.
If you ever go to watch Trick or Treat and there's a bunch of 80s rock stars for some reason, you're watching the wrong movie.
Yeah, you put it in O.
Yeah, wrong movie.
Or the right movie, depending on what you like.
Yeah,
so
good.
it's totally on you.
It's a great
Okay.
point.
You're wrong, but
Man, the cast for this is fucking killer. Everybody does a great job. There's not a single that, at least that I can remember, there's not a single weak link in
No.
the acting in this
No.
film. Whoever did the casting on this, I didn't write down their name because no one cares about that usually. But but whoever did that, great job. You
yeah,
really
this
nailed
is
it.
solid.
Yeah. You got Anna Paquin, of course, Scream Floor, the True Blood series. She played Lori. She's been so Rogue from X-Men.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
She was Rogue.
Yeah. In the old ones and the new ones, right? I think she's in the all the Bryan Singer ones and also the newer ones too.
I think so.
If I'm not mistaken. Anyway, so she was already a star, or at least a star on the rise before this film. And then they locked in Brian Cox, which
that's
is
fucking huge.
What?
Brian Cox.
Brian Cox?
Yeah, it's pretty huge.
Yeah.
Huge Brian actor. Cox. Get Brian Cox. He's honestly an achievement for this movie.
Yeah.
That's how you know they mean business.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, that guy's had a career
They're really huge on Cox.
Yeah. He's fucking enormous. Huge Cox. I like that a lot. I like that he chose that as his acting name. Isn't that a thing?
Is that his real name?
Yes.
Don't they do that for SAG purposes?
Sometimes.
They can only have one name. He's like, give me Cox.
Give me Cox.
Give me Cox. I want him.
If I had headphones, I'd take them off right now.
Yeah? Would you? I'd put them on.
Yeah.
I'd say, give me a second pair. I really need.
I need to hear just clear.
Zach, you're not hearing this? Give me yours then. More Cox for me. Monsieur Cox. Monsieur Cox. No, but Brian Cox, I mean, man, that guy was, what a performance. I mean,
It was great.
Yeah.
He's great. He's had over 240 roles in film and TV. Of course, most notably recently with the Succession.
Yeah.
It's what most people know him from. But he's the dad in The Ring that throws Samara, in the American version of The Ring, that throws Samara down the well. He's what else? He's in so much shit. I'm trying to remember.
Hollywood's seeing a lot of Cox.
Get used to it.
Yeah.
Old school. Jesus fucking
Get
Christ.
used to it. Get fucking used to it.
Holy shit.
That's what I'm saying. Holy shit.
He's in Super Troopers.
Oh,
he's,
nice, dude.
He's the head trooper in Super Troopers.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
Yeah, he does a great job of that.
I've never seen it.
Never seen that?
Never seen it.
Jesus Christ. He's in Born Identity. He's in Zodiac. I mean, he's in a bunch of stuff. But you old school horror fans may remember him as the original Hannibal Lecter in the film Manhunter. I think it was from 85, but Manhunter was the film name for the novel Red Dragon, which got remade later in 2000, 2001, right around then. Was Ralph Fiennes, I believe, plays him, and or plays the main killer. But yeah, so the very first Hannibal Lecter was actually Brian Cox.
Wow.
Remember that.
How about that? Right before Anthony Hopkins. And him and Anthony Hopkins are both incredible actors, and I think Brian Cox would have done a great job, but Anthony Hopkins does bring that low, extra intelligent feeling creep to him. So anyway, it's a lot of fun though to see him get to play this bad guy over and over again, because he's such a good dude in real life, or at least seemingly, I don't know, but you see him in interviews and stuff, and he just gets on the news every now and then. Somebody will just interview him, and he'll just stop the interview and be like, by the way, Trump's a fucking moron. Which is always kind of funny to see a guy stop his, the Hollywood news, and he's like, hey, just listen to me.
Can anybody hear this?
Why are you doing that? Okay.
I just meant it was a listen to me, it just he stops. Yeah. It's all this is, they're going through the motions, doing this whole thing, and he's just behind the curtains goes, watch out. We have dangerous men in this country. I mean, there's a lot of bad fire. There's a lot of bad cocks.
But he's a good Cox.
He's a good. No, he's so good.
All right, we're moving on. Dylan Baker, he's the guy who plays the principal in this.
What's he from?
Well, I have some things written down you'd be very interested in.
No, honestly, because I recognize him.
Yeah, he's in a lot of stuff. Most notably, he's the professor in Spider-Man 2 and 3. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
I thought I wrote that those. One. I usually try and write down the horror connections, but I wrote that one so you guys would know what you knew him from.
What was his name again?
His name is
Brian Cox.
Dylan Baker.
Dylan Baker, yeah.
Is he a friend
has he met Jesse back? Yeah, when you have to say that.
Those two guys need to work together. Those two guys definitely need to get on something.
Get them. Oh my God. Get them in a room and let them cook.
Let them bake, baby.
We just need one more bread-oriented last name to go with this.
You just walk in, you're like, it smells good in here.
Some guy named Michael Toast works his way into this trio.
You're lying. Are you serious?
No. Okay, so his horror connections are pretty cool too. He's in a movie called The Cell, which is fucking incredible, and you should watch it if you haven't seen it.
Starring Sarah Sourdough.
You know what's funny? Jennifer Lopez is in it, but I like to imagine that's her Anglo name.
That's her real name.
She's like, I'm trying to get cast some more white stuff. Hi, I'm Sarah Sourdough. Anyway, The Cell, Along Came a Spider, Hide and Seek, Fido, which is where they have like a zombie as a pet, I think is the thing behind that. I haven't seen it in a long time.
I heard The Cell is actually really good.
The Cell's fucking incredible, and we're for sure going to cover it.
Like I heard it got like a really like it got shit on in the reviews, but it's actually a really good movie.
It visually alone, you could watch that movie with the sound off and be like, "This is fucking incredible."
Yeah,
it's like Blade Runner. Like when you watch it and you're just like, just the look of it and the colors and everything. You're like, "Oh my god, dude."
Yeah.
Anyway, Cell's a great movie. Check it out if you can. You guys might remember one of the other actors from this. Oh shit, did I just do the wrong guy? No, I get it right. Okay. I was like, that can't be right.
No, because he definitely was the
teacher. I was just like,
Spider-Man.
what the fuck? You guys remember the kid in Bad Santa?
Yeah.
Is that the fat
Vaguely.
kid?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Oh.
Yeah.
Isn't that wild?
Oh, yeah.
He's not fully grown up, but he's old enough in the movie to be a believable teenager kind of bully kid, you know? Mm-hmm. His real name is Brett Kelly. He played Charlie. Remember when the principal says, "Come here, Charlie." He's like, that kid he's done a lot of stuff, but the beginnings of his career before this, I mean, it's like Bad Santa, then Sandlot 2, Like Mike 2, Slapshot 3, Bad Santa 2. I mean, the kid sequel king.
He's working.
He's working, making the money
For his parents.
And then this is and then this is a fun little tie-in. You guys remember the little kid that's spying on the girls in the beginning while they're trying on stuff in the dressing room?
I actually don't, but I mean, I remember that moment. I don't remember the kid.
Yeah, well, that kid's name is Quinn Lord, and that kid is
Quinn Lord. All right.
Fucking nerd.
Wait, he's an adult now. You can pick on him.
Yeah. Sounds like a fucking
nerd.
Star Wars character.
Queen Lord.
Quinn Lord.
Well, that kid is actually who was in the Sam costume. So all the scenes you see,
really?
except for when they had a stunt actor who was also a child, which I don't know how that works with any kind
they're
of
like,
IOC.
this is a child, but he's disposable.
Yeah.
If he gets hurt, it's okay.
It's a child, but he's scrappy. He's got
scrappy.
He's got ADHD.
Yeah.
Now I will say,
Look, he's already been hit on the head a few times. It's fine.
I will say there are a lot of the actual physical stuff where it looks like somebody is hurt, or where he's like, flying across the ceiling, any kind of stuff that clearly looks a little bit more CG animated style stuff is that. So the majority of the time there wasn't an 8-year-old in danger, but some of the time there was.
Yeah,
This kid can't get hurt. He's our lead role. Now this kid you could throw against the fucking wall. We don't give a shit.
He can take a hit. His
He can
parents
take
beat him.
it. Yeah.
That's all right.
He actually likes it.
Yeah, I need to fact check this because this seems insane. It doesn't sound real. Like I saw it written a couple different places, and
The
nobody.
director's like hitting him as he's like showing him. It was like, see, he doesn't even fucking feel it.
The director, Michael Dougherty, is really funny. Like if you listen to him in like commentaries and stuff, and so like he might have said this as a joke.
Yeah,
but I kind of hope it's real. Just the idea that
so
there's an
funny.
8-year-old that you can throw around and one that you can't is such a funny concept. Kick that one. Leave that one alone.
I wanted to find him on LinkedIn. 8-year-old stunt kid.
Okay. Anyway, let's jump
that
into
kid is probably so fucked up now.
Oh, yeah.
He's probably just a full-grown stuntman now.
Yeah.
You know, we should look into that. I'm gonna find out who he is.
You just got to point in directions because he doesn't understand words anymore.
He's just a linebacker now. Kill that guy. Okay, so
I do stunt. I do the trick. I go fall.
Okay.
I do a good job.
It's starting to sound like something else, so we're gonna
let's reel it back.
reel it in. We're gonna reel it in a little
back.
bit, Sean.
Okay, I'm done.
That was CT.
Oh, that's great.
Not
Sorry, my
something
bad.
else.
That was the Unabomber talking. Hey, man, honestly, go read my book. Check it out on Amazon. Self-published.
Your diaries, your letters that you sent to people,
Yeah.
explaining why.
Well, no, it's on
modern
Amazon.
society.
Now. Okay, it's on Amazon.
All
I'm
right.
trying to fucking professionalize my shit.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Dude, that is so rude. Okay, I'm more than just a freaking letter writer.
He is a bomber too, you know.
Yeah, I'm a bomber.
All right, let's hop back in. So before we hop into fun facts, I was like to check in with you guys and see what your favorite part of the film was. It doesn't even have to be necessarily; it can just be like part of the story or whatever. Because for me, I gotta say, I fucking love the twist that they don't really give you a whole lot of. I don't know, a whole lot of like the idea that these women are actually werewolves. And I feel like typically they would make.
Oh, I thought they
them-
were witches.
No, what?
No.
What? You were not paying attention at all.
Yeah.
They turn into werewolves.
Yeah, you're right. They did turn into werewolves.
What?
Well, that's the thing you would
How do
expect.
you get that mixed up?
They were. Yeah. Okay.
Well, see, this is the thing. You brought your patriarchy into it, and you thought because they were women, they're automatically going to be witches,
Yeah.
maybe even some sexy vampire
sexist
ladies.
of men.
But they turn into fucking wolves, and
That was
they
sexist of
Men. All right, what were we saying?
and then in the forest they kill the principal who is dressing up like a vampire just to go around and bite people with his fake teeth. He's not even a real vampire.
Oh,
but
that's
he's
right.
going around pretending to be one. And he's just like killing people.
That was the
for
same
fun.
principal who killed the fat kid.
Yeah, the only thing is though, like with that, it was like, how did he do that much damage?
How
the
did he
fake
do that
teeth?
much?
Yeah. I mean, I guess he just bites really hard, but that's got to be
I
uncomfortable.
mean, if you hit the jugular, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that I really love the plot twist of that,
Yeah, it
where
was
like
good.
you really, I mean, up until like the moment that happens with her, you really think this whole conversation they're having about her, you know, like her first time and everything, and like you really believe it's like about sex and it's about this girl, and you are looking at her, you're like, Anna Paquin's having a hard time getting laid. What the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
what's going on here? And then to have the twist be like it's her first time actually like eating a person.
Yeah.
yeah.
What a cool little
Yeah.
little
They also
spice.
ate a horrible human being, so that's good.
It's great. Yeah, probably.
Yeah, I
tasted
mean,
bad,
they
but
also ate other people who seemed neutral.
just
Yeah.
kind of generally fucking goofy, maybe douchey,
Yeah.
but maybe probably
I
some.
mean, those guys were just hanging out.
yeah,
They're-
just some randos in the woods. I mean, the camera crew guys actually seem pretty nice.
Yeah, the camera crews.
Yeah.
They were just excited at the opportunity of going on a date with those two girls.
Oh,
I mean,
yeah.
you know.
they really used it to their advantage.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I would have died that day.
This is one of the things I love about this movie is it really kind of like he's having an existential crisis. I might
You
have
think
died
you
that
know a
day.
person.
Yeah.
You think you know a person you met
I'm
2
telling you,
hours
there's a
ago.
lot of
Yeah,
these
I'd be like, fuck you,
movies.
dude. I'll go on a date with you in the woods. What we hanging? There'll be beer too.
Dude, thank God Sean would die so quick in a movie.
Oh yeah. But yeah, well, this was the whole faculty thing. Like I'd die in the faculty.
Yeah.
No,
It's,
but that was different, dude. I would not die in that one.
I
Those
would.
things sucked, and they had tentacles. I would not want to have sex with it. What?
You're just a furry fucking werewolf.
Well,
No, I
she's
didn't
not a
know
werewolf
that.
until the last second.
Yeah,
though.
and
well, I
that's how they
suppose.
get you.
I mean, they're not the aliens until like it's kind of too late too. Like you know,
No,
That's a
that
good
one-
point.
Yeah, but you said you would continue.
I would.
I would. All right, so I really love that plot twist. Sean, do you have a moment that you felt like it really spoke to
And
you?
by the way, loved your plot. I thought that was a good moment too. I
What?
do. I thought the werewolf
I
thing
keep
was
stealing
great.
the best stuff so you guys can't
No,
have it. You
but
gotta
I got
dig
more.
deep.
I got
No,
more.
it's fine.
Okay.
I got more with this one.
Okay.
I mean, right at the beginning, dude, I thought that kind of hooked me into the movie because I thought that sequence, I said out loud when I was watching it, I don't think Ray was paying attention clearly because he thought those people were witches. But I said to him, I was like, wow, that's a cool concept when she's like taking down the decorations and they're all like, they're like basically like sheets or whatever around wooden sticks. So you see little outlines And as she's taking them down, you get that like, oh shit, what's one of them gonna be or whatever. It was like that was a really well done thing where you're kind of like anticipating the scare, but you don't know how it's gonna come.
Yeah, which one's it gonna be?
That was sick. I really liked that one. That kind of prepped me for. I was like, okay, this one I feel like is gonna be better.
And it's pretty brutal with like the like candy in her mouth thing, where her mouth's like split open and everything. And it's where it gives you the impression early on where you're like, oh, this is gonna be fucking wild.
Yeah, that was a good opening.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Yeah, that was before that was like the cold open.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, it's before the title even drops.
Yeah. So I like the cold open. That was really good.
Hell yeah. What about you, Ray? What do you?
I love the classic Principal Candy thing.
Yeah.
It seems like he's hiding like the fact that he murdered a child from his kid. Yeah. And then by the end of it, he's like going to carve the pumpkin with me. And then like the screen pans out and like they're both like sitting there with the knife in the head. And he's like essentially just grooming his child to be a serial killer.
Yeah.
It's great.
Yeah, that was the worst part. More than the murders was the grooming.
Yeah. Well, I mean, also like part of me was like, man, to have a relationship with your father like that just seems really nice. It was just like, they're both murderers, but at least they're bonding. At least he's being a dad.
Yeah. Hey, I thought you'd kill a couple people if you stopped stealing my fucking credit.
Yeah.
I'd like to think the father wasn't even into murder like that. He's like,
no, the kid was into it.
He's like, I'm just here. I like being a part of my son's interest. I'm here for my kid.
He likes slashers. I'll be a slasher. It's fine.
It's fine.
His eyes light up when I kill children.
I had to honestly stomach it so that it makes him happy.
Here's how you know this movie is like really well done though. They make you laugh at him killing a kid. That's like true. That whole where he's got him in the grave that he's dug and he's talking to the neighbor and he keeps like trying to say something. He's like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, it's like a little bit.
It's actually like kind of funny.
Yeah, what was this, Home Improvement? Tim Allen.
Oh, it was great.
Yeah, and instead of Wilson,
nothing down here.
instead of like an insightful Wilson, it's just Brian Cox on the other side of the fence going, "Shut up! Stay out of my yard." All right.
Smells like a dead hooker.
So let's jump into some stuff.
Let's do it.
Okay, cool. I don't know why I paused there.
I was like, what do you want me to say?
I was kind of hoping, I was hoping you got that. Yeah, fucking yeah. But so Sam, of course, the mascot of the film. Sam is actually a reference to Samhain or Samhain, if you say it wrong, but it's because that's how it's spelled. But Samhain is the festival from the ancient Celts, which is where Halloween derives from. Check out the series on Halloween history if you want to hear anything about that, but they also explain it in this film. So if you haven't seen Trick or Treat in a while, you can actually watch it, and the sweet little autistic girl will explain to you, along with a few other people throughout the film. It's actually kind of a through line where they have different people explaining the history of Halloween and where it comes from, and how jack-o'-lanterns were originally used as a way to ward off evil spirits.
Right.
Like all that stuff is actually in the film. And talked about, and all that stuff is real. Like he did his research, and I like that he treats Halloween with the reverence that Christmas movies treat, like the spirit of Christmas and Santa Claus and all that. Like, it's the same vibe as like Polar Express being like, you gotta believe.
The stakes are higher though.
There's murders involved.
Yeah. That's what would have made Polar Express better if just Tom Hanks is like, you got to believe, and some kid's like, oh, I just don't know anymore. He's like, I'm gonna fucking kill you.
He was a shotgun in his face.
Yeah, he's like, Santa's not real, then explain this.
He just kills his friend in front of him. What the fuck?
Pretty real, right?
He pulls out a pocket full of coal.
It's like, that doesn't explain anything.
It's also pretty wild to like be on the Polar Express and none of it seems real or feels real, and then these kids are like, I don't know about my Christmas spirit. You're like, you're on a fucking magic train.
Yeah.
Tom Hanks is 8 different guys. You think this is fake? Anyway, we don't need to get
You fucking believe now, Jimmy.
Dude, that's such a...
Yeah. Santa sends his regards.
Anybody else not believe? just screaming at kids on a train. Okay. Oh, we should do Polar Express the Halloween version. Are you spitting on the kids? Oh my god.
Oh, I'm fucking pissed.
Holy shit. Oh man.
Oh, this was so stupid.
All right, let's get into some fun facts. Okay, so all the kids on the bus who, in the storyline, the bus driver many years ago was in this town, was paid to drive all of the disabled children off a cliff on the school bus. And because the parents didn't want to deal with their kids anymore.
Such a fucked up story.
It's so insane.
It's fucking crazy.
It's insane, dude.
It's wild that all the parents got on board for this too. Like they all like.
It was like a lot of
Dude,
kids
can
too.
you
dude.
imagine that meeting where the first person has to bring it up,
Yeah,
and then you just
I'll
have
be
to
honest.
hope like 20 more parents are also
just
on
goes-
board?
Yeah.
He's like, wouldn't it be just nice if we just put them all on a bus and drove them down the rock? I'm just fucking around, right? Or,
I'm just fucking around. I'm just fucking around.
Imagine trying to get
But
20.
what if-
Imagine trying to get 20 people to agree on toppings for a pizza to order.
Yeah.
And they're like figuring out how they're gonna
Yeah.
kill their kids. Dude,
Well,
that's
that's because how
nuts.
many kids are there? There's like 6 or 7.
No,
there was
there's-
at least double that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
there's like 12.
There was like
kids
12
or
of them.
Yeah,
So that
yeah.
means like 2 parents per kid, if that.
Yeah.
So that's like
No,
what's like
not
24
if that.
parents. Like,
Well, I guess you're right.
mean,
yeah.
yeah.
No,
But
but
I
that's
mean-
funny if it was just one. Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, there's just all single dads. It would be all single dads that would make this happen.
It would be really
You're like, I can't fucking do this anymore, dude.
just the idea that one guy got bullied into it though. He's like, I guess.
Guys.
I mean, honestly, I
know.
feel like he's annoying, but I don't know if I'd kill him.
Yeah.
That's
Okay.
fucked up.
All right, let's move
That's
on.
and the fact that the bus driver did it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brian Cox, you deserve to die at the end there.
Oh yeah, he did deserve to die too.
The other twist of the twist is that Brian Cox is the grumpy old man that lives next to the principal, who is he's an old crotchety man who doesn't want to celebrate Halloween because he killed a bunch of kids on Halloween,
Yeah.
and so he really he fights off Sam and really thinks he's gotten away with it, and he thinks that giving trick or treaters candy finally is gonna absolve him of his sins, and you almost believe it, and then right at the end there. The bus kids show up.
Dude, what's funny is like,
Yeah.
bro, he was in a shithole too. I feel
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
his house did not look great, and it's like, how would you get like $200? You killed like 12 kids.
Well, I mean, it was it was years ago. It was like in the 50s or 60s or something.
Sure, I
So,
mean-
Yeah, he blew all that money on coke years ago.
I mean, just adjusted for inflation, he's out of it in a week.
Yeah.
I don't know why I keep making this reference to inflation. That sounded like like I'm on some news show. No, but like whatever he got then probably didn't hold over too long.
I think Sam was completely separate from those kids though. Like I don't think Sam had anything to do with it.
No, I think
that
he was just pissed about the candy.
he was just pissed about the candy.
Yeah.
So he did like stop Sam from killing him to only get killed by the kids who were pissed
Yeah.
off.
Well, he did ruin those kids' Halloween,
yeah.
and
He
that's
did.
and that's a violation against Halloween.
Yeah. He
So-
ruined a few kids' Halloween.
Yeah, a lot of kids.
A lot of kids.
Jesus. So, fun fact about that, if you watch it 3 minutes and 29 seconds in the film, because this film takes place out of sequence,
Yeah.
very Pulp Fiction
Yeah.
hop around vibe. At 3 minutes and 29 seconds, you can actually see them walking around walking to his house in the
really?
film. Yeah.
Oh shit, dude.
Yeah, if you watch throughout this is one of those movies. If you rewatch it a couple of times,
You start picking up more.
and you see a lot of the characters in the backgrounds of other characters' scenes.
Yeah. I'm honestly gonna probably watch it after this again.
Yeah, it's so cool.
It's
There's
so
so
good.
many Easter eggs. Like watch this again and you'll see. And there's a lot of nods to other horror movies. There's one part when the bus drives by a 58 Plymouth that's red. It's just like Christine.
Oh,
It's the exact same
nice.
car as Christine from the movie Christine and the novel Christine by Stephen King. Another Stephen King reference thrown in is the red VW Beetle that pulls up at the beginning remember when the girl's standing out front and she's like, she thinks that there's a scary guy in a mask.
Yeah.
And then they really throw you off because you think there's like a slasher thing that might happen, right? Mm-hmm. Kid's just staring her down in her yard right at the opening. And then a red VW pulls up and he takes his mask off and gets in.
You're just spacing out.
Yep. The very, he's like, what took you guys so long? It's just his friends picking him up. That is a nod to The Shining. This is a really cool one though. I really like this. So there's a part where a gumball bounces down the stairs, little red gumball. And that's a reference to the film The Changeling, where a guy's son has died in a tragic accident and the son's ball bounces down the stairs.
Yeah.
And this is what's crazy about this. The camera op for this film also shot the Changeling shot from like 30 years before. And so this guy, Michael Dougherty, just wanted to work in a little tip of the hat, a little ode to that.
Yeah.
Because he likes the film. And the camera op goes, fun fact, I know exactly how to shoot that. And he's like, how? He's like, I fucking shot the original.
That's fucking sick.
It's
Dude.
so cool, man. So that's a fun one. The candy they use in the film is all fake names because obviously you don't want to get sued by Nestle for feeding some kid a candy bar that makes him projectile vomit
As
blood.
if Nestle has never done that themselves.
Oh, don't worry, they're just
fucking using child labor, slavery, fucking pieces of shit.
yeah, they're just knocking down the
They're
rainforest.
like, you can't use our candy bars in your Halloween movie. We got governments to topple right now. What are you doing?
Yeah, hey, we're trying to get this Amazon tribe to move so we can steal more chocolate. That's a real thing. It's
Honestly, we hate paying children.
Well, it did afford them some fun opportunities to have clever names and just be able to goof around a little bit because one of the names of the candy bars is Big Fudge Log. It's just like
dude.
And they even made it like where it's like shit. Like a shit shaped round and lumpy, and so they had fun with it. There was 18 different drafts of the script before they got it finalized, and went through a lot of different names. But that goes to show you if you're a writer out there, or if you're somebody who's trying to get something made or trying to get something picked up. When you start the process of writing, it's not supposed to be good on the first try. That would be nuts. That's not how writing works. So it took 18 drafts of someone very versed in screenwriting. So just a little extra thing to throw in. If you're trying to get something made, keep fucking doing it.
Keep doing it, dude.
Yeah. And make as many drafts as you need to until it's good.
Yeah. You're not going to nail it on the first try. No one ever does.
Yeah.
You know?
You got 18 holes.
Yeah.
Well, it's a really good way to look at it. But also, you don't have to play. Never mind. It's not a good golf analogy. I'm sorry.
No, it's,
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm fucking talking
Oh, you were talking about golf.
Yeah.
Oh.
So this is in the. We're gonna move on. So this is in the mid 2000s.
Why did I do that?
It felt appropriate.
Yeah, I mean,
It could take you 18 holes.
could take you less.
Yeah. As soon as he said,
That's how he thinks of golf. He's like, yeah, you could do it in 3 though. Yeah.
I mean, if you're really
It'd
good.
be really good. Yeah.
when you said that too, it was like, you got 18 holes. I started going,
You started counting.
is it like all the holes on my body?
Jesus.
I was like, what?
How many butts do you have?
How many butts do you have? Is that what you said?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So this was shot in the mid 2000s, back when.
Do eyes count as holes?
We're moving on.
Okay.
We are fucking moving on.
Okay.
God damn it.
Dude, okay.
What was it?
relax,
Go ahead.
Man. No, I didn't have anything to say. Jeez.
Sorry, I yelled.
No, it's all right. Just do your job.
This film was shot in the mid 2000s. Film was shot in the mid 2000s, but this was peak time for the Vancouver tax credit. Most Hollywood films, especially around this time, they still do this, but especially around this time, it was just way cheaper to go shoot stuff in Vancouver. The Canadian government gives you a huge tax credit to go and shoot there.
That's good to know.
Yes.
Go to Canada.
Yeah. It used to be one in Florida until Governor Rick Scott got rid of it.
Hey, fuck you, Rick Scott.
Yeah, you fucking dick.
You fucking
And way
looking.
to tell everybody that anybody on welfare should have to take a drug test, and then when you implemented it, they found out that your wife is on the board of the drug testing company.
Yeah, great job. Great job.
Guess that wasn't cool. Sorry.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I detracted.
No, but that's, you know what? Fuck them.
Yeah, fuck
Yeah.
'em.
You naked mole rat looking motherfucker.
Okay. So,
That's disrespectful from the character to the
mole
character.
rats?
Yeah. Kim Possible. That was a good mole rat.
That was a good
pull,
mole rat.
Good mole rat pull.
Yeah.
Okay, so this was actually, like I said, shot in Vancouver. It was during Vancouver's Parade of Lost Souls that they do every year on Halloween, which is super cool. They just were like, hey, do you guys want to do a film shoot version of your parade? And the whole town was like, yeah, absolutely. And they just went and had a parade that they just shot at. Now, of course, it's a little more complicated than that because of shooting audio.
Yeah.
You can't do every segment with everybody just like partying and having a good time. But it allowed for a lot of great background shots that look like a real parade because everybody's from the fucking parade. So
Nice.
And it was full of
dude.
just extras, were just people in the town and everything. And then all those people just got paid to go do what they would already be doing.
Hey.
So that's pretty cool. So let's see. What was the other? Oh, the opening credits has a lot of artwork and photos. Some of that is actually kids from the cast and crew. They just like put in a bunch of their stuff as like a little fun thing to do in the opening with that like animation gloss over it and all that.
Yeah.
So it's a pretty cool little thing. The director. This film actually won the 2009 Fright Meter Award, which was meaningful back then, I promise, for best horror movie. And a bunch of people, the actors in this, the cinematographer, like people won awards for this. And the reason why I wound up on the festival circuit in 2009 is because WB pulled the release of this film in 2007 when it was supposed to come out. Warner Brothers had just recently released the new Superman movie, Superman Returns, 2006, that flopped majorly.
What a fucking trash movie.
Yeah. And guess who was the co-writer on that? Michael Dougherty. And there's no way to say this for sure, but it definitely feels like the studio had a little bit of flop retribution going on. That was not his fault. Bryan Singer was the director of that and producer.
Right.
Bryan Singer, of course, you would know from the X-Men films. He produced all those. He's also just recently, in the last 5 years or so, there was always rumors about this, but during the Me Too movement, a bunch of people came out and they said, when we were minors, Bryan Singer did some fuck shit. And by that, I mean SA. So
I am so surprised.
Shocking stuff. It's like we never talk about this on this podcast. It's like
Genuinely, it does. Yeah, it's like more than half.
It really is, dude.
This one's fucked up too, right? We look at all this like 80s horror where like people say like, oh, it was just too violent or too gory or too crazy and all this stuff, right? And then we talk about these other movies and we like these movies that are supposed to be like, more like respected people that have like attached themselves to them or they're not as crazy. And they're like, yeah, okay, but Bryan Singer was a pedophile.
Yeah.
Like, you know what they weren't doing back then? Never mind. Okay.
Yeah.
Anyway, so.
And he wrote or directed Superman Returns.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Piece of shit.
It's almost like the people who are making things to be wholesome turn out to be pieces of shit themselves because they're hiding something.
I love when he knows that he got one that we didn't get, and he just looks at me like this, and he waits for one of us to get it.
I was just saying like he's done multiple bad things.
Oh.
He goes, oh, that and Superman Returns? Oh.
Like you could be any worse.
Yeah. Well, I like how even when he brought it up, Zach was like, yeah, like it wasn't his fault. That was Bryan Singer that directed Superman Returns.
Yeah.
And it's like, and it's all right to be mad at him because guess what he also did?
You guys don't like that? Wait to hear about this.
Don't worry, your reaction's justified.
Okay, a couple other quick things. Production designer on this was the same production designer as Final Destination 3, Black Christmas, the remake, X-Files, the newer X-Files movie that they had done. He worked on Breaking Bad, the reboot of the X-Files show,
Dope.
Bates Motel, Better Call Saul. I mean, the dude, hence
Michael
the look.
what? Michael? Well, who is this again?
Oh, this was the Mark Freeborn.
Oh.
He was the production designer.
Oh, okay. Fuck yeah, dude.
That's why when you look at a lot of the sets and stuff, and it just looks so fucking cool, and like just a lot of the background stuff. There was one thing he realized that real pumpkins fall apart way easier and go bad. And when you're
Really
doing
quickly.
like a 40-day shoot on a horror movie, you kind of need stuff to not be rotting in the middle of shots. So they actually got fake pumpkins for most of the film because it would just be too expensive to keep replacing them over and over again. But it got to the point where there was so many fake pumpkins that other crew members started to jokingly say, like the onset joke was no pumpkins were harmed in the filming of this movie because so many of the pumpkins were never even carved. They were just foam cutouts.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh, that's in bad taste. That's like
That was in bad taste?
Yeah, that minimizes other actual issues about the I don't like that. Who are those crew members? Call them out. I want their names and addresses.
Okay. We'll get right on that.
Thank you.
This was shot in Canada, of course, and they get a little more rain in Vancouver than in Hollywood, where it almost never rains. In the 40-day shoot, it rained almost all 40 days, and the outdoor shots, almost all of them had to be shot with tarp coverings to make sure that the equipment and actors didn't get wet.
Oh,
So
okay.
that's annoying, but you know.
But it was a tax haven.
Yes. So, you know, what you lose in tarps, you make back in tax credits.
Right. And any damage to the equipment to the write-off.
Yeah.
The cinematographer's name is Glenn McPherson. Glenn McPherson has worked on, I threw this one in because it's fun, Friday After Next.
Was it really?
Fabulous D, Level 2 Craig. Okay, great line.
Yeah.
He had nothing to do with it, but he shot it. Let's move on. The remake of Walking Tall with The Rock. One missed call.
That
the
was
original-
actually really good.
Yeah, it was fun. One missed call. The original Final Destination he shot. The last couple of Resident Evil movies. Just fun stuff. Monster Hunter, cool stuff. That guy, they did a little fun thing for him. One of the liquor bottles in the film that gets smashed actually has a label on it, and it says Glenn McPherson as though it's Glenn Levitt, and it's kind of like the same design. And so that's a cool little thing they did for him. The 911 song that is playing, the hold music, is actually a cover of John Williams' Can You Read My Mind, which is from Superman 1978.
Wow.
But it's a piano cover of
That's
it.
such a good bit. 911, please hold.
Yeah.
And of course, Michael Dougherty, the director, went on to direct Krampus, which is a great fucking movie. We'll almost certainly be covering during the Christmas
we got
season.
to cover Krampus.
Yeah, it's so good. I think Sean will really like Krampus too.
Yeah.
It's got like kind of the vibe of this, but not anthological. But it's just, it's funny.
Okay.
And it's gory and it's Christmassy. It's great.
Okay.
He also did Godzilla King of the Monsters. And he wrote on X2, Superman Returns, of course, Urban Legend, and X-Men Apocalypse. So the guy's been in the biz. He knows his stuff.
He knows his stuff.
He knows his stuff.
He's good, this guy.
This guy, he's fucking good. He's fucking good. We just want to say, whoever it was at Warner Brothers that decided to have this movie not get distributed, fuck you. Eat shit. You're the worst.
That sucks, dude.
Somebody said they didn't want it to go out against the new Saw movie that was coming out the same year. Mm-hmm. You guys could have pushed it back a month to make it not go up against Saw.
Yeah.
You never put it out. And then this well-made, and this is such a dumb shit move on their part too, is to spend this kind of money on people like Brian Cox and Anna Paquin and like these like cinematographers and production designers that make this all look so good. And then to send it directly to video stores is nuts. It's a crazy thing to do. Like, why, like, you spend all that money and you're like, oh, and this is part of one of the reasons why Hollywood fucks themselves so often is because they do shit like this where you're like, why would you not?
Why wouldn't you put this out?
Give it a shot. Like the biggest mistake they usually make is they'll release a movie and not do enough publicity or advertising. But horror's got a built-in fan base, man. Just put the thing out.
Yeah.
And it'll get rolling. Even back in 2007 when it wasn't nearly as big as what it is now, it still would have made, probably would have made back its money.
Yeah, I mean, I would watch any horror movie. Like, even if it's bad, I just enjoy it. Yeah. It's funny. If it's bad, it's funny. And if it's not, then it's a good horror movie.
Right. Before we jump into the budget and box office, just wanted to cover something real quick because I wanted to be on the up and up with you guys. This film only made $34,000 in theaters because it never went to theaters until 2022.
Wow.
And when they started to realize that they could make a little money off of their prior investment in this, and they started putting it out. But it developed a cult following, and Sam, the character, is like a huge icon in the horror world. And so the DVD sales did really well and has made much more than the box office of the last
even
2
the box
years.
office when they put it out in 2022, it was only like 8 theaters. Jeez.
Right. So they basically did limited runs around the country, and typically it's only done around the Halloween season. So essentially what you're talking about is instead of having a regular film run, it's got the last 3 years they've done only during the month of October, pretty much in limited theaters. So we're not even going to count that because I don't even know how to factor in $34,000 into the millions that we're supposed to count. So what we're going to do is we're going to do budget and DVD sales because the DVD sales are enough to where it actually fucking matters.
This is the hardest one because I've never done a DVD sale.
This is new to both of us.
All right. I'd like Ray to go first this time then.
Yep. And I'll give you a little context. For it. DVD sales starting in 2007 after the movie was released. And then that's lasted through till now. I don't know when they would have actually cut off the count. I would assume around, probably the prior year's fiscal year or whatever. So like when you think about it, they're mostly referring to whatever major pop would have come out when they had distribution through video stores.
Right.
That's when the bulk of it would be. And everything else would be DVD sales that happened after, because this is including rentals and sales.
Okay.
So it's a toughie, but it's a fun, it'll spice it up for you guys a little bit,
Yeah. I mean, there is like definitely a cult following too. So I'm going to say like $20 million.
Okay. So Ray's saying 20. And what do you think the budget was? What do you think the budget was, Ray?
Budget? Yeah. Oh, this had to have like a decent budget. It had to be like, what year was this?
07.
07? I'm gonna say 18 million.
Okay. And what do you say, Sean?
I think I'm probably going to be wrong, but I'm going with my instinct because it's different than what Ray said. I'll say it made 5.5 million.
Okay.
And 7 million was the budget.
Okay.
I feel like this
is hard. This one's tough.
Yeah, it's tough, right?
Because it's like, so we were getting used to like being able to call it out. Like,
I just feel like the budget couldn't have been that big because it's like then they're really dumb for shelving it.
Yeah,
right?
you have to.
Yeah,
think
but it's
about
also
the budget
WB though. Like they'll shelve something that they spent like $30 million on because they're fucking idiots.
Yeah, this is probably the lower end of things that they would shelve. Like, they'll make some dog shit for $40 million and just be like, don't put that out.
Yeah.
Which is insane. Okay, so the budget was $12 million.
What'd I say it was?
You said 18, you said 4.
No, budget I said was 7.
Or 7. Sorry, yeah. So you got budget.
Yeah, you got budget.
Look at that, Sean.
Wait, by 1 million.
Yeah, but
wow. 1
God
million.
damn,
What
dude.
a battle. What a battle.
All right. This one's tough too, but I think Sean might have got this one too. The budget was 12 million. The DVD sales is $12.6 million.
Wow.
Oh, so they came in.
It took years, but it made a profit.
Yeah.
Of $0.6 million.
Wait, who won that? I said 5.5. You said what?
5.5. He said 20.
I said 20. Yeah.
I think you get that also.
Yeah, because you were 7.4.
Right?
I was.
Why can't we count?
I was.
Yeah, because his would be.
Yeah, so you got it both.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude, I barely got that one too, though. I won by
Yeah.
like 0.4.
That was
or something.
really
you did,
fucking
right?
close.
Yeah.
Holy shit!
Dude, wow! I skated.
I almost didn't write down the point
my-
too. I almost didn't write down the 0.6. That would have been fuck. Okay, all right. Sean wins that one.
Hey, no, that was a historic battle. It can only be one, just Uno bomber.
Just Uno bomber.
I'm the number one, baby.
Mono
so
bomber.
The Uno bomber is so funny. He's just throwing reverse cards at motherfuckers before like the bomb goes off.
Wait, so Sean got that one right? Total?
Yeah, sure did.
All right, so
I'm trying the reverse card society.
all right, so finally we're gonna do the Rotten Tomatoes scores. Let's do critics and audience. One of you gets to go for, or Sean, you get to go first, or you get to pick.
Critics. I'll go. Critics say. I'll go 62.
62. Okay.
And I think audience is going to be higher. I think it's 79.
79. Okay. And Ray.
I'm gonna go 80 for audience, and then
Okay.
critics. I'm gonna go like 72.
You always do it backwards. You always do it the right way. All right. 72 critics and 80 audience.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because the way they do it on the thing is critics first, and you always have it the other way. I
Yeah.
always write it wrong. Okay. Well, gentlemen, critics score 83%. Man, you guys are so fucking close. It really makes me not know how to count. Okay, so that you got that one clearly.
Yeah, because I was 62 there.
Fuck
Okay.
yeah, dude.
And the audience score 72%.
Nice. I got that. You went higher than me by one.
Yeah, I did.
Yep.
Nice. All right.
All right, that's 2
Yeah.
points for Ray. And you take the other 6. You swipe it, baby.
Thank you so much. I want to thank God.
I love how much more serious Sean takes this than I do.
Well,
I'm going to write about this. You're going to get something in the mail.
Well, that's been our Halloween episode. We hope you've enjoyed this spooky season lead up. We got a lot of fun stuff planned for you guys for November, and of course, we're going to have a Thanksgiving special and a Christmas special for the month following. And I even got a New Year's special planned. So
Fuck yeah,
that'll be
dude.
fun. Thank you guys for hanging out. Make sure you join the Patreon if you haven't already. Again, low as $3 a month.
Yeah, we're gonna talk about Terrifier.
Yeah, there's a Terrifier episode out now you can check out. We're
You know,
about
I
to
had
record it.
notes for All Hallows Eve that I didn't even
forgot
fucking
that you
bring
wrote
up. I
down.
forgot that I wrote down.
Too late.
Too late.
Do it again.
Yeah, let's just reshoot this.
We want to thank our Patreon members. Appreciate you guys so much, and of course, a special shout out to our main Patreon member, who our main. That sounds mean. Our highest tiered Patreon member,
Yeah.
Kelly, at the $15 tier, the Reasonably Afraid tier. We appreciate you. Also, we love you guys at the $5 tier. Thank you guys for giving so much. Kelly is actually going to pick out a Christmas present from us to her. She's going to pick out our Patreon for Christmas.
Ooh.
So we'll be doing probably 2 that month. She's going to pick one. We'll pick one.
Yeah.
So we look forward to that. That's about it. You guys got anything you want to say?
The hell out of here.
No,
Fuck yeah,
so
dude.
yeah.
We'll see you
We'll see you shortly.
Bye bye.
on the flip side. Fuck.
Cool.
Man getting bit by an alligator is strange.
Swallow this.